Hi guys, sorry. I'm like tethering from my phone using gigs from there to do this, and I'm probably running a little low, so it's cutting out. I probably need to do like another prompt episode through the library, but it's a lot of stuff to haul around. So I'm just want to get the picture across that I'm trying to do something fun. This is what I'm trying to do. Go back to radio, do it as cost efficiently as possible with audio and theater. You've got mail too, for Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan's educational information and everybody else, was originally a theater production. It was a play that Nora Ephron had come across and liked it very much and decided to edit it into a screenplay, which went ahead and then became a movie, the movie of You've Got Mail. Now, I'm saying what I want to do is offer Canadians and Europeans the chance to audition, to come out for casting calls, or for me to go looking for them to play the parts in the movie, even if it means I have to stand down and not play my true story part of the movie, because I am the real poet in this movie. The point of the movie being written was the poet making a joke about the fact that it's impossible to make a living as a poet, so I wrote a movie, a love story. Now, the characters around the love story in this romantic comedy are not real people, but they are inspired on different parts of my life and its past, and other story characters I created, which works never got completed or published, that were lost, like my Dear Josh letters that were actually letters that I had actually sealed and had actually written Dear Josh on. So I got blessed with this movie from Nora Ephron and Gene Stapleton, who died within 1 year of each other and was the year I wrote that movie on. So I was meant to write that movie, and it is my intent to bless Canadians in Europe with the work. What I'm saying about the Hollywood industry is that it's old and outdated, and much of those people that originally owned all of that stuff are no longer around and no longer necessary for the producers and the upcoming writers and actors in the world to succeed. So if all of the movie stars and people that want to work with future productions that want a future, really want to work with me and the work I have, they're going to have to come and visit me here. They're going to have to come to Canada or travel to Europe. They're going to have to help me build future productions so they too can have a future. There's lots of opportunity there, lots of growth. The letter I got in response from Canada Post, I really can't make any sense out of why they would sabotage their postal workers and the federal future of the company. I'm always saving pictures that's coming in through the feed. Today's feed is about negativity around the Canada Postal Service, decline and delays to make it look bad. There was another one from the other day that said, oh, well, we project that it'll be broke by July. So honestly, they don't want to come to a compromise. They don't want to make a deal. They don't want to raise wages. They're only concerned about their retirement packages at the higher end of things so they can get out without effect and not worry about the future of the federal business, or not care if the federal business no longer has people delivering mail. Their desire to leave it so that it's just a hollow shell, where people are just going to pick up mail from their mailboxes or using alternative sources of delivery and paying other people that are new to our country, that are not from this country, making money from our country, taking our money and supporting themselves and their culture and way of life, which we don't relate to and have no need for and do not utilize or purchase in any way and have in our own lives. But that's just going to cause a crash in our economy. There's going to be no sales for products because there's no need for the stuff for the majority of the people that are natural Canadians, that don't have any purpose for the stuff that's now being brought in for the people that are just thinking about themselves in that regard. Now, the answer to door-to-door mail, being that's a federal business, is not to end door-to-door mail and turn to alternative solutions or make it so that everybody just goes and gets their mail from metal boxes. To take away the joy of a child breathing into the glass in the wintertime, waiting for his letter from Santa Claus, or special packages coming to your house from family members you don't get to see very often that you love. Special gifts. It's important. It's all about love. It's all about light and color. It's all about warmth. We don't want to lose that. The federal company is part of the Commonwealth. It's not owned by a person. It's part of the United Kingdom. Canada's part of Britain. Britain is not broke. The English pound is not worth less than the American dollar. Therefore, the federal mail service is not broke, so we can fix it. And if I want to offer all of the postal workers in Canada opportunities to play postal workers in the bit part of You've Got Mail 2, aka Another Story, Joe Fox, Kathleen Kelly, the opportunity to play roles as themselves as postal workers in that part of the movie, I have the right to do so. It's a kind offer. I don't have to hire actors when I can hire the people that actually do the job. They can earn more money in 2 weeks on set than they could have ever dreamed of in their lifetime of working for Canada Post. So that is why I don't understand the email reply from the lady. I got that email from the Canada Post. Essentially, she's going to get her wish. She's never going to be able to work for more money, work less hours, work with less ease by getting a part in Another Story with Joe Fox and Kathleen Kelly, the Smallville movie, or anything else I produce in Canada. She can keep working at that hard knock job and just watch the movies get made. So this is the response I got from that lady. I'm writing in response to your email to Doug Ettinger, President and Chief Executive Officer, offering Future Productions services to Canada Post. As Director of Corporate and President Affairs, I support a number of our senior executives' activities, and as such, your message was entrusted to me for reply. We appreciate your interest in doing business with Canada Post and the corporation's overall success. With that said, our current focus is on the ongoing negotiations with Canadian Union of Postal Workers and on adapting our operations to meet the evolving needs of Canadians. That means they're talking about the immigrants, the incoming people that have no evolving interest in the world that Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan were in when they made You've Got Mail, in the world where Nora Ephron and Gene Stapleton were still alive, in the world where I was watching You've Got Mail. That's not the right answer. As such, we must respectfully decline your offer. They're sabotaging the workers by the negative press and the woe is me of the financial situation, that they can't go from $25 an hour up to 27 or to 29 over a period of 5 years. But Canada shouldn't be at a point where we should be thinking about needing to earn $25 to $30 an hour. Our economy should never be that high. It's too small of a populated country. We have enough land for everyone. And we have the means to take care of ourselves with all the things we have access to still being able to do, like building factories where we can make our own clothes again, sell our own leathers. We have enough land to produce our own foods to support our own people, so we don't actually have to transport goods out of the country anywhere to other people or have their stuff coming in to help us. So there's lots of cost saving there. The future is not in gas. It's not in oil. It's not in reducing the amount of employees you have. It's about reducing the amount of workload a person has and the amount of days they work, the amount of time they can enjoy life and relax and at ease and have time with their family. It's about getting back to the basics and being with God. So I wrote this as my reply about love because God is real and I work for the good guy. I said, oh, no, there seems to be a misunderstanding. The movie You've Got Mail 2 is about the Canadian Postal Service. It is vital that you read the sample script because I am making these movies here in Canada, whether I succeed in helping by hiring any of the Canadian postal workers who wish to earn money playing the Canadian postal worker roles that are in the movie or not, right? Or whether I have to hire other actors to do it. On with the show. It's going to be done. The whole point of how expensive it is to live today and the fact that the workers' needs are not being met is entirely the point of providing some relief by making a movie that was already written and available to be made for many years already. But now it's clearly needed for a very good reason. I understand the reason the movie was halted in my life wasn't about hurting my career and the negativity of Canadians. There's probably lots of positive Canadians who would love to support my career and love the idea of making life easier for everybody, including themselves, by doing work in Canada, supporting each other and our country, but that it was about the timing for now. And I get that, and I'm good with that. But now it's clearly the time that's needed, and we can see that it's for a good reason. And that is the reason for my contacting Canada Post. They aren't the ones paying billions of dollars to produce this movie, just part of the supporting members behind the backing up of this movie being made. I'm basically telling them they don't really have a choice over the little part that I'm needing them to do, that they have to do, that they should do, that I'll just go to King Charles and the United Kingdom to authorize having it done. Advertisement of the new couple in love in the story with pictures of them on sides of some of the postal trucks. That sort of simple, fun, loving support, rather than me just having to fake everything and recreate it all on sets where my ideas are stuck remaining only. I hope that clears it up a little better. I am here to help Canadian postal workers themselves. So it is ultimately them that I am intending to reach. Hi to all the Canadian postal workers. I love door-to-door mail. I love having my post officers smiling at me, hand delivering me stuff, seeing me come to the mailbox because I know what time they come to deliver it. Right? If I didn't have you guys delivering me that stuff, like I wouldn't get mail. That's probably another reason why I wrote You've Got Mail, because I want fans to write me mail. I want fan mail. I want love letters. I want pen pals. I want postcards. I will do whatever I can to make that happen for all of us that do love the postal worker service that we get provided and want to continue to enjoy. If I can help pay off mortgages and other high bills for people to be free of, they could then continue to live comfortably and enjoy their jobs and the rate of pay they receive, so they can be happy and able to enjoy their time with their families. Because a major part of what's upsetting people's lives today has been solved by the successful production of the movies I will be producing and publishing as books and more. Then and only then will I have been able to do my job in providing my heartwarming gesture of grace, kindness, and help. Yes, one Canadian to the hearts of many others. I would suggest everyone who works at Canada Post in offices or otherwise to rent themselves a copy or get a hold of a copy of You've Got Mail, which was a very successful movie worldwide that starred Meg Ryan and Tom Hanks. And watch it. This will allow everyone an understanding of what is going on here. This is not a story or a movie project that is just something in the works. As stated on the cover of the sample work I sent the head office and to the CUPE workers, it is just sample pages of a completed 265-page manuscript. So as you guys have seen, it's a finished movie. I have sent copies of the letters and sample materials to Premier Eby's office, as well as Donald Trump at the White House, as well as most recently the CBC headquarters here in Vancouver, where I'm seeking more press and searching for supporters and producers and directors to make bids on my work now for the costs in which they think they can do it for, which leads to why I'm in Vancouver. Part of it here. I am also waiting for a meeting with someone at the Vancouver Public Library about finding partnership and publicity support in finding all of the people I am looking for who want to work and have a great time and wonderful experience in the parts of the work that will be recorded and produced through the Inspiration Labs that are available at several libraries here, where they are free to use with lots of programs to my access to help cut back on costs in making these projects the most affordable they can be and probably will ever be for projects of the sizes of the ones like mine being made. So the point of the Inspiration Labs to inspire more libraries to create more Inspiration Labs where people have all of the access they need for singing songs recording musical instrument music, for composing their music, for doing teleprompting, for making their own cartoons, doing your audio recordings in ebooks, and doing small theater in those teleprompting rooms, um, and producing it cost efficient, which is free for their equipment, as budget friendly as possible. Bigger projects like these kind, to show that it doesn't have to be as expensive and bigwig as Hollywood film producers and Hollywood have done in recent decades. That we can make this so that everybody can earn more money, and there's more pocket money and more savings to do more, and not make it inaffordable and bring the whole thing to a crashing halt and a complete end. I like that idea. It gives people who love to hang out in libraries and read books, who are in this industry or have an interest to build a portfolio in the industry, a chance to come to the inspiration labs at the libraries where this stuff is being made and get involved. So that's what I'm hoping the VPL will help me do, is to advertise, to get those people to get in touch with me, to get it started. My goal, because it's easier, is to start with the smaller one, to record the Smallville reunion movie in audio with people, dramatization with new voices, new people here in Canada. But also You've Got Mail 2 will get done. But You've Got Mail 2, because of weather in Vancouver, I'm on a time restraint on when I can get things produced out on the streets and start getting the movie made, because we got a short period of hot season with no rain to do all of this. And because of age and health factors, you don't know who's going to be here tomorrow. So it matters to go ahead and get that done, because I have the deadline of July, making sure our postal service continues to operate, and that there's money, and that we fix the future, and that the workers continue to work and are able to smile and feel good about life again and their job. So I go on to write to her. I am also the writer of the Smallville Reunion Movie 2 part story. It's a 2-part story, 2 books, with the first book ready to go for production, as well as the writer of a trilogy that is inspired from the original cult classic that has Helen Slater and Faye Dunaway in it. Oh, I didn't say Supergirl. Parts of all these projects are to be shot here in Vancouver and other parts of BC, Winnipeg, Manitoba, as well as Toronto and New York. So that's lots of work for lots of people. And this is why I'm informing the board members to inform its union workers, so they don't miss out on the opportunity to enjoy a once-in-a-lifetime thing where they can earn money for playing roles as themselves as postal workers in the part of the romantic comedy that will require postal workers and scenes around postal sites and equipment. I didn't say the whole entire movie was just about mail or just about them, but that there are parts in the movie that's going to require a handful of people on different sets in different cities, and I want to use people who actually do these jobs. I don't care if they have any acting experience, have been in acting school. They'll work it out. We'll work it out. It'll get done. It'll be good. The closest thing to reality is always the stuff that makes the best work, right? You write what you know. You produce what you know. And since you know how to be postal workers, then it's postal workers I want to get on camera in scene playing these parts. You be you. Donald Trump is in my trilogy for the Supergirl movies, and the movie also has been ready to get underway for some years as well. However, as we know, everything is always about perfect timing, or fate, as it were. So I'm now waiting to hear from him. If everyone works with me in future productions, I will resolve the issues around the threats of tariffs and other damage that hangs over our heads via Donald and the United States. Beyond my movie work as a writer, I am a very intelligent woman, and I know an abundant amount of information that will help provide everyone with answers they all need. So I am letting you know that making these movies are not an option. They are being made, and I will be certain to share this email reply to those I deal with over here and in the US, as I now await a response from Donald Trump to see what he wants to do and how he wants to go from here. There is a lot of work and a lot of money on the table here. It will be the most significant deal in Canada in its history, in the film, TV, theater, book, audible, animation, and more areas of its industries. All of it spearheaded and written by a Canadian-born female writer, Uh, me, hi, which our country has also never seen the likes of this size of a writer here either. Um, so this is way bigger than Ghostbusters and Canadian producers that have left to go to Hollywood to make movie who've made big movies, but you still don't know who the producers are, and some of whom have already passed away. This is the real deal. It's mega. So that's what I said. So what I'm saying to Jennifer Lawrence, do I have her here in my file? The assistant aide to Tom Hanks is that Tom Hanks can come to Vancouver to meet with me. He doesn't have to fly to Normandy and watch my daughter's Burlington Teen Tour Band play for the royal family at Normandy without me there. That was really expensive. He can come to Vancouver to meet with me and bring Meg Ryan if he likes. And we can talk about how they can be a part of promoting and advertising for You've Got Mail Too, aka Another Story with Joe Fox, Kathleen Kelly, and actually helping to cast or produce, cast or audition new people at younger ages to replace the roles that they once played, and help us find a new Brinkley. And I don't know, just where things are going to go positively ahead for the summer from there. So keep on watching because there's more stuff to come. But this is what I got to say about Canadian Postal people in their offices about wanting to work for less money, work longer hours, work for many more years, and do more work instead of working less and making more money and enjoying yourself doing that and helping others do the same. Makes no sense to me. So I've got more coming up about Michael Rosenbaum and more coming up about Tom Welling. So stay tuned for all of that on Now TV Canada. There's my beef about Canada Post. I am going to go send stuff out in the mail once again to the White House, to Donald Trump. I guess I'll be like his senior security advisor, update on the news of what's actually happening now in Canada, because no one else seems to be telling him the truth. But there it is. I want to do this. This was all the Charlie Brown people. This is how they used to do it when they were all kids. It was the good old days. These are the actual two binders in color. Whoops, upside down. There's 3 movies in the blue binder and 2 in the red binder. So that's 5 movies. And then there's the trilogy. This is just the poster for the first one. I still have 2 more posters to do, which I'd love people to support me on, and make it like a submission contest kind of thing. So that would be 8 movies if you add in those 3 movies. And I'd like to be reunited with my Superwoman van. I'd like it to be restored, and I'd like to find people willing to do the restoration. I'm going to send the email I got from the Ford dealership company about also not willing to help restore the van and help me do my touring and advertising and promoting of my work and company and clothing and songs and demo CDs in the Superwoman van to Donald Trump to show the difficulty I'm having in finding positivity, finding love and support with real Canadians that actually want there to still be a Canada, not a country that has no soul in it. So that is that. I'm going to head out the door to go get rid of that, and I will do more of the other videos coming up. I wanted to close with a scripture I did send back in reply to that postal worker at the office that sent me the dumbest email I've ever read in my life about me saying to them, just put some pictures, beautiful, loving pictures, advertisements of wonderful characters in the story on the side of some of your mail trucks across Canada, and tell all of your union workers that if they want work in the movie script, to contact Future Productions. And I got that instead. So I wrote this back. It's from the Bible, part of my daily devotional Bible. And if Tom and I ever become the quick friends, the degree of friendship that I'm thinking we should have already reached, he could lovingly buy me a new one of those, because I've definitely studied this one a lot. Now I lost the page I was on. So from that Bible, I'm reading something from a Wednesday of the daily devotionals. It says, the art of the heart. Encouragement is one of God's most joyous art forms. He supplies us with the raw materials and invites us to create, build, and shape his hope in the lives of those around us. Some people combine a helping hand with a word of praise and produce a grateful heart. Others, by mixing laughter and love, are able to paint new sparkle in dulling eyes. Belief and support build self-esteem. Persistent prayer composes a song of hope and tenderness and warm embraces. Fashion a friend. However, we combine the elements of encouragement. One thing we're sure to create is joy for others, for ourselves, and for our Lord. And that, at the end of all of these 2 videos, is all I'm trying to do. That is what I'm trying to say. So peace out, everyone. Have a wonderful day. Stay warm, stay well, stay alive, stay safe. I'll be back with more videos. Superwoman signing out from Now TV Canada, Vancouver.